got this travel bag here and one of the wheels started to get stuck and then disintegrated. I was going to swap them around, and then it was really hard to get them off, so I decided to put it back on and just actually replace the wheels. So yeah, you'll get an idea of this. You just got to hacksaw this off. I'm going to try seeing if I can use a power saw. Probably won't work, so then I'll just have to use the trusty old hacksaw. But what you want to do is get in between the wheel. You don't want to damage this part here. Get in between the wheel and get down and cut into there for the whole four. I'm going to replace the four, I think, or at least these two, because they get the most drag. Maybe I'll just do this two and then see how it is, and I can replace the other two later. Anyway, you can do whichever way you want, but this is an antler bag, and I thought they were Allen head screws, but they're not, actually not, they're rivets. So these are riveted on. You can see the rivets there. I removed a couple to get these off, and then I realized I couldn't just swap them around. It was going to be too much work to do it that way. And then this wheel also is fairly damaged, so I just went and got some wheels. Put these back on, just put some bolts in place. Yeah, so once you cut through this, we'll get into that part. So yeah, I'll show you a little bit of the hacksaw and the power saw, but I won't show you the whole lot, because I'm sure you probably, if you're going to attempt this type of DIY fix, you already know how to use basic tools, I'd imagine. Anyway, I'll start it off, then I'll shut the video off and come back when I'm putting the wheels on. See if we can get this thing to get in there and work. That seems to be, I think that might do more damage than just cutting with a normal hacksaw, so I think I'm just going to go with the normal hacksaw, which will take a while to cut through. But yeah, so I won't show you that because you know what's happening with the hacksaw. Once you cut through, then you want to get these axles out. So just get a screwdriver or something, pliers, pull them out, get rid of the wheel, take out, this should press out here too. This is going to be, not cooperate, of course. Just be careful not to put too much pressure on that plastic. It's got nothing supporting it there. Same for this wheel. Let's see if we can get, well, that rivets. Let's see if we can get it onto this side. And try not to stab yourself as well. That's it. Get them there. Get that side out. Maybe get a pair of pliers onto it. Okay, we got that wheel out. It's got like a, well, that one comes out easier there. The other side is not wanting to cooperate. Anyway, I would just get some pliers onto that. Once you've got them out, then all we're going to do is, and that one's got, okay, I'll come through this way, but we're going to put, now I'm also going to put some thread lock on there once I get it right, but they've given us enough washers, 2 per side, so that should be all right. I mean, the wheel depends on how much play you've got with the wheel. You don't want it to be able to do too much of this. So by the time I get 2 washers in there, one either side, that should be reasonable. And then this will squeeze up a little bit, so that'll take up some of the gap, but I'm going to use thread lock so that, well, it's actually got some already on there. So it's already got a bit of thread lock on there, but I'll put some extra so that it can't come out. So we'll just go ahead and start off this one. So we'll put this in, get one washer on, and it would be easier if this was laying down. I'm just doing this for the video. If I have too much trouble, I will be moving it so that it makes my life easier. Okay. It's not gonna play by the look of it. Okay, what's stopping it? Oh, there we go. So I'm sort of holding a bit of pressure on it so that, there we go, it's going to go through now. So now that's through, we can put the axle all the way through. You can see that there. And yeah, that's going to be fine. There's not much wiggle room there. Like I said, once I tighten this up, that'll be fine. So yeah, just do the same thing on the other wheels. Maybe I'll just leave the video running and I'll show you when I put the thread lock and everything on. I'll do exactly the same thing. This one's a little bit more downhill, but anyway. So start off with put the axle in, then you're going to have to balance getting the wheel in there, which shouldn't be. No, okay, so the last little step is I'm going to put extra thread lock on mine so that they don't rattle loose. Now, they actually do come with a little bit of thread lock on there, if you can see that, but I don't need to trust just that, so try not to get this all over your hands. This stuff's pretty strong. Yeah, just screw that in, try to, there you go, all over my hands like I said. Exactly what you don't want to do. Okay. This should be so easy. It's playing games with me there. I'll actually do it up pretty quickly because if that starts to dry, it'll be very difficult to do up. So now this is going to be fun. I'm going to have to do this. Oh no, it's all right. I can turn it that way. There you go. Just get that done up. Make sure. Actually, you can't overdo it. It's not squeezing here at all. So you don't, with my one, the axle actually passes past the plastic. So there's no chance of compressing this too much and jamming the wheel. So that one's pretty good. So we'll just get the other one done. Same thing, just get a little bit of thread lock. Hopefully I don't get it all over my fingers this time. Try not to. Okay, that'll do. Let's see if I can maybe do this a different way. Yeah, that might be better. Okay. None on the fingers this time. Good. And then just do it all the way up. Yeah, that axle's sticking out a fair way on this one. Actually, it looks, I wonder if I've got two different size axles. No. Must be just a slight difference there. I don't think it'll matter. Yeah, probably the plastic's just been squeezed or a bit more on that one. I don't think that'll matter. It sticks out a little bit extra on the side, but probably not ideal because it could potentially get caught on something. But that's what I've got. So I don't intend to use this one actually for an airline anymore. I use this to carry my things up and down just when I'm travelling locally, trains or whatever. So it's not going to be thrown around an airport too much. That's a quick wheel change. And this bag has been around for a while. I bought it second-hand, already been used quite a bit. I've used it a lot. Now it's going to get a lot more life. It's quite a decent bag, so why not? I think the wheels were $25, something like that, for the 4 of them. So yeah, quite a cheap fix. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.